He's out, but the money could keep just pouring in. Jerry Sandusky, the former Penn State coach accused of child molestation, will reportedly continue to collect at least his pension. That's nearly $60 grand a year. As for the other coach who allegedly saw Sandusky assault a child in the showers, well, Mike McQueary is still on administrative leave. My next guest says McQueary and former head coach Joe Paterno may have done all the legal things right to the letter, but like many business leaders, they're paying a price for getting all the common sense moral stuff wrong. Attorney Meg Strickler joins me right now. Obviously, folks are losing their jobs, not on the letter of the law, but I guess, Meg, the spirit of the law, the common sense part of it. Should they? Can you hear me, Meg?
Yeah, I lost you. You tuned out of me. Can you say the question again, please?
These guys are losing their jobs fast and furious and more because not that they violated the law, which they didn't, but they violated maybe some common sense or other ethical issues that go beyond that. Is that fair? Is that right?
In Penn State, they violated a whole lot more than just moral ethics and whatnot. McQueary did the right thing. He reported this to his superiors. That's what he should have done. Now, could he have done a lot more? Absolutely. But I don't think McQueary's the one that we need to be upset with. He was 28, he was young, and he was indoctrinated. He was a graduate assistant at Penn State. The other people, though, Paterno included, I hate to say it, they needed to have reported it to authorities, period. You can tell throughout this entire story there's a lot more going on than meets the eye. Normal people who get charged with this stuff don't get out on bond. I do this every day. Normal people have to fight to get out. And he's on a $100,000 unsecured bond. Everything doesn't smell right here. You know, and normally we say everyone's, innocent until proven guilty. True. But when the charges are this egregious, this was shoved underneath the rug, and everybody at Penn State has mud on their face.
I understand, but beyond just this case, I mean, we make the bigger case here that those in positions of authority, CEOs and the like, heads of organizations, heads of teams in this case, have an obligation that goes beyond just the strict letter of the law. To an example, I myself, as a Fox anchor, have a personal conduct clause. I can't just, shoot a finger at someone who cuts me off on the highway, though I do that when it's Hannity. But the point is that there are limits to what you can do in the character of your job. Should that be the case? Is that too high a ladder? Is that unfair? What do you think?
No, not even remotely. In most universities these days, I teach ethics at a big university in Atlanta, and there is a code of conduct that we all should live by, and no one at Penn State has followed that. And again, let's get beyond Penn State. There's a code of conduct that we must do with others, and if you see something like this occurring, you should report
but clearly,
it. You should stop it from happening.
I hear you, but a blind eye was turned to this, and I believe me, as a father of a 10-year-old, just the issue here is just beyond the pale. But I'm wondering, I know many CEOs in the brokerage business, gone are the days, I hope, where a lot of executives and salesmen and top brokers would submit expense reports that included strip clubs, prostitutes, call girls. Now, I'm sure all that has since gone away. But it was sort of done with a wink and a nod and an understanding what's good for business and the bottom line helps all. Now, again, with a wink and a nod, night and day, though the comparison may be, I'm wondering whether that, too, should stop, whether the signal here is the winks, the nods, the understandings stop.
As a woman in this situation who has been abused as a child, I've got to go back to the circumstances here and, again, to the bigger picture. We should all live by a code of ethics that respects other human beings as the same. And if we're in a higher level of authority, i.e. a CEO, we need to treat everybody in the business the same with respect. And so we don't wink and we don't put up with sexual harassment in the workplace anymore. Same concept. This is not the 60s anymore, 50s or 40s or whatever. The era is gone. So we don't do the wink, like you said, and the nod. But it goes across the board, and CEOs across the board need to respect everybody from the top all the way down to the bottom and make sure that you don't let things go by, because as you do that, it's a slippery slope and it goes the wrong direction and does not provide a good example for everyone else in the company.
That's well put. I do think, in those positions, more is expected of you, bottom line. Meg Strickler, thank you very much.